Hi, Heike. I saw your post. You talking about Donald Trump is not highly biblical. Yes, he is. He is very biblical. I mean, because basically, that motherfucker is fulfilling prophecy. Ignorance is like bliss, and he is straight up a lunatic. And the thing is, it was written a long time ago that somebody like him will come along. He said Obama was the Antichrist. They said Bush was the Antichrist. Everybody's the Antichrist. But the thing is, I mean, the Antichrist is really basically somebody who goes against the teachings of what's right. That's all it is. So yeah, he's highly biblical and stuff, and all of his surroundings. All the people that he knows, Sarah Huckabee and all that people. What's that other girl name? She's like Jimmy Kimmel picks on her all the time. It's funny because she looks like a madam doll to me and stuff. What is it? She's like whatever her name is. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That girl and stuff. Because her husband don't like Donald Trump, but at the same time, it is what it is. I mean, they funny. They really are funny, and the shit is biblical because the shit is happening. We have to basically accept the fact that there are people out there who basically call themselves infiltrating our camp, meaning that, okay, now we don't know anything, but they know everything. Okay, now we already know that as far as the Jews were concerned, when Christ came along, he sat there and said, "You have turned my father's house into a den of thieves." That's biblical. Them people did not expect their Savior to come in and do what he was supposed to be doing, basically telling them, "You don't live this way." That's all he said. You don't live this way. People didn't care. I mean, seriously, the disciples were ready to go to war because that's all people knew. They knew how to go to war. And that's all we know, how to go to war. Donald Trump ain't pulled no troops out. If anything, he's added more troops, and instead, he sent them to the border, too. That's biblical. So, what you want? I mean, because the thing is, it's all about perspective. And you have to understand, when people start telling you they shit, and I mean, that is his shit that he's telling us. And then we following along with it. Well, at least, half the country is, and that's enough. Because the thing is, as far as the electoral college is concerned, you really do not have to have a majority in order to win. And we know this. Because if we took U.S. government in high school, or at least paid attention to it, we know that you do not have to have a majority in order to get somebody in office. Now, you might have to have a majority to get somebody out of office, and right now you still don't have that in Congress. Because the Senate still belongs to, the Republicans. And the Democrats, they might control the House, but they can only do so much. And then at the same time, you also have to worry about the Supreme Court, which basically he's already tipped the scales on that. So what you gonna do? I told you, it's going to get real interesting before it gets better. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just telling you that as you sit there examining all this stuff along with everybody else, understand what we're up against. If you won't call yourself going to try and turn the tide. Because the thing is, it's on us. Because we did that shit. In the sense that we just assumed that everything was going to be hunky-dory because we assumed people had common sense. And common sense is not so common. Anyway, you have a nice day. Bye, Heike.